Mr. Jordan, when you appeared before the Rules Committee earlier this year in January, I asked you to say 5 simple words. The election was not stolen. And you were unwilling to say them then. Can you say those 5 words today?
I've never said it was stolen, Mr. Chairman. I'll give you the same answer. Never said it was. I said we should investigate it. I said on January 6th, when the electoral votes were counted, that Joe Biden is president of the United States. And if you got a problem with that, I don't understand it. The real question is why don't you guys want to investigate what happened?
You said a lot of words just now, but unfortunately, you're still unwilling to say those 5 simple words. And I think that's incredibly important. You know, pushing debunk conspiracy theories and
I'm not pushing any
and adding
conspiracy
fuel
theories.
to the fire when it comes to
Your
misinformation
obsession
out there.
with 5 words seems pretty ridiculous to me.
Yeah, and you know, the way this works better. I mean, I'll let you speak, and then you can let me speak, and that's the way we work it here. But you know, we saw on January 6th how misinformation could lead some people to violence and ultimately endanger our democracy. There's a false equivalency here as an attempt to whitewash what happened on that terrible, terrible day.
I'm not trying to
I was the
whitewash it.
last person off the floor on January 6th, and I came face to face with these people in the speaker's gallery. And I will tell you,
I was there too, Mr. Chairman.
if you want me to describe what evil looks like, it's looking to those faces, those people who, while 3 police officers were in front of the door trying to protect all of us, they were smashing the windows open to get at people. And so, you know, the notion that there's all this outrage today over people asking questions, and there's not outrage over the fact that the police, the Capitol Police, who are here to protect us and who do protect us every day, were beaten. You know, people lost their lives. Others' lives were threatened. The fact that somehow we asking questions about trying to figure out why did this happen, who is responsible, that somehow that is a bad thing. Give me a break. Give me a break. I mean, one of you mentioned political theater. You know, this is not political theater, I don't know what is, but let me just say one of the most genuine statements that I have heard uttered in the Capitol was by Vice Chair Cheney, who, to her credit, is embracing the truth and asking her Republican colleagues to join with her in making sure that the questions are answered in a way so the American people know what happens, so it never, ever, ever happens again. I mean, all of us are concerned about the future of our democracy in the aftermath of what happened. We don't ever want to see that happen again. So that's what this is all about. So we could talk about inflation, we could talk about the border, you could talk about whatever you want to talk about. Fine. You're at the Rules Committee, you could talk about whatever the hell you want to talk about. But the bottom line is, I think what we're doing here today is absolutely necessary.
Can I respond?
You may.
I'm not trying to whitewash anything. Republicans have been consistent. We have condemned violence every stinking time it happened. We condemned it on January 6th, and 600 people are being prosecuted and held accountable for what they did wrong, as well they should be. But it would have been nice if you guys would have condemned the violence in the summer of 2020, instead of making statements like my colleague just read. It would have been nice, instead of the Vice President of the United States raising money to bail rioters out of jail, it would have been nice if you'd have done that. No, no, no. This double standard, you guys get to say all the things you did about Trump for 4 years. You get to have the summer of 2020 and call it peaceful protest. We condemn violence every single time. It'd have been nice if you guys had done the same. I am so sick of the double standard. Americans are so sick of the double standard.
Well, I think many of us did condemn it. I condemn violence wherever it may occur. But, you know, let me just say this. You can yell and scream as much as you want. The bottom line is,
no, I'm not yelling and screaming.
We saw what we saw.
I'm reflecting where the American people are. They've
saw,
had it with the double standard.
The American people saw.
You're allowed to object. We're not.
No, you could object. That's not the issue. Is not whether or not you raised an objection, Mr. Jordan. The issue is what transpired that day. The issue is that after all,
we had nothing to do with that.
Well, we'll see. We'll see where the investigation leads. But after all of this time, still, you know, you cannot say those 5 words that the election was not stolen. With that, I'm happy to yield to the gentleman from Oklahoma, Mr. Cole.